Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're talking about setting intentions. So one of the things that is really important, I get to talk to a lot of people that are setting some new intentions in their lives. And especially we've just had January and our new year and kind of all of that energy. And people tend to set more new intentions at the beginning of the year. But that's not the only time you can set it. So I've kind of come up with a couple of things to really think about when you're setting new intentions, or how to kind of identify what you're really looking for. So a lot of times we kind of anchor our starting something new or starting new intentions usually at the beginning of the year or the beginning of the month or the beginning of the week. We're going to do it Sunday or Monday. We're going to start that time frame. And it really doesn't have to be. You can start a new intention all the time. Any time of day, any time of like, oh, I've learned something, I'm going to set a new intention, I'm going to change how I'm thinking and take care of that like right away. It actually makes it easier than kind of pushing it off or holding that off for another time. And it really is a great thing for us to kind of think about setting new intentions all the time. Anytime you learn a new life lesson, it's a great time to set a new intention with that. Or what is my new intention now that I've learned this life lesson? What is the cause of that? What is that going to change in my life? How is this going to look differently? So let's go through a couple of these. Number one is kind of once that life lesson happens, kind of setting your intention and kind of like, now that I've learned this, what is my new life lesson? How am I going to put this into words? What is the new life lesson? And then turning that into what is my new intentions in my life? So it's a really good time when, as soon as you learn a new life lesson, it's one of those, what was my life lesson with this? What was the situation or whatever was going on? And then moving that into, now how is this going to affect everything else that I do? And it could be, I'm going to be more aware when I read a contract. It could be something huge, something little, anything in between. So this is really, really important to kind of get really clear on and kind of setting those intentions all the time. And I usually write down my intentions. I usually write down my life lessons as well. So that's always a good thing of like, on this day, I learned this life lesson. On this day, I learned this life lesson. And so it really kind of keeps track of like what I've learned and when I learned it, which is really cool. Number two is kind of getting clear on how is this going to change everything in your life. How much are you going to let your new intentions change? And I would say a lot of times it's really important when you're kind of setting your goals or your intentions of, or what do you want to bring into your life, or what are the things that you're willing to change in your life, and how clear you get on this is how well this intention is going to stick. A lot of times people are like, yeah, whatever. That intention isn't going to stick. You have to be really clear about what you want in your life and how clear you are and what is the focus. What is your new goal? What is your new intention, or what is your new healthy boundary that's coming out of this? It's really important to understand that and get the words around it. Number three is kind of action. What action are you now going to take? What is going to trigger your action and what is going to be your action? So that's a really good one, is kind of what is the trigger? Like when I set a new life lesson, like, oh my gosh, I learned this. Now that's going to trigger me to kind of set my intentions. What I have new goals, new intentions in this area, and then kind of what are the action steps? What is it going to trigger this new action in me? That is a really, really cool one. Kind of the next one is number 4, and it's all about what thinking do I need to change in me. A lot of times there was maybe I didn't learn a life lesson, but I learned it through someone else, or someone else told me something, and I set that life lesson in this perspective. And now that I'm changing my thinking, what other thinking do I require? Like, what is the other, like, domino effect going to fall of what do I need to change? And a lot of times it's my belief system. A lot of times it's, what is my belief system and what do I want to learn from this? This is really important. Kind of like, what is my life lesson and where am I going? How far am I going to allow this life lesson to change everything else? It's really important that way. Number 5 is kind of reading your life lessons daily, or putting your life lessons in a notebook or something that you read daily. Sometimes it could just be an affirmation that you write, but looking at that on a daily basis or weekly basis is going to be great to really modify what you want to learn in your life and how much this lesson is going to change you. That is the really cool part. So this is kind of my setting intentions and how much your intentions are going to change as your life does. So let's pull a couple of angel cards and see what other information our angels and guides have to tell us. This one is popping out right here. Kind of popped out and then came back in. So playfulness. Playfulness is a really good one. When we learn a new life lesson, it should be playful. Maybe the lesson came hard, and so we're kind of like, oh, this is not an easy life lesson. But it's one of those, it came to you. Out of all the people in the world, that life lesson came to you to teach you a new lesson, to set your intentions differently. And it should change a lot of things in your life. Now, how much it changes is totally up to you. That's the cool part. How much are you going to let this life lesson change you? Next, music. Music can be such an amazing energy. And a lot of times when I'm reading my daily intentions or my life lessons, I really do play music because it can really open up your mindset, changing your thinking about other things and allowing that to come in and change in so many different areas. The last card for this one is going to be body care. It's really important when you set new healthy boundaries, when you set new life lessons around you, it's important that it changes you and it makes you a better person. All I ever strive to be is a better me. I never strive to be a better someone else. And I hope no one ever strives to be me. I hope they strive to be a better person they were yesterday than today. Did I say that correctly? I think I said it backwards. A better person today than they were yesterday, and changing who they are, or who they want out of their life, and who do they want to become. And those are great things that life lessons can teach us, and teach us in so many amazing ways. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.